Welcome to PR Powerhouse, helping female entrepreneurs to get in the press and to gain PR. I'm Jo Swan, and I'll be sharing how to harness the power of the media to boost your credibility and business visibility, no matter what stage in business you're at. Because I'm on a mission to show you that PR is not just for the big boys. In this show, you'll learn how to reach out to journalists and own your place in the press, because you are ready to become a PR powerhouse. Hello, and welcome back to PR Powerhouse. Now, I've got something a little bit different for you today because I felt like it was time to start sharing these conversations a little bit more, to start bringing some other perspectives into this podcast, and to start showcasing some of our incredible clients. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to be bringing you some interviews with some of our clients, some of the most incredible women that I've had the absolute pleasure of working with, to help bring their stories to life, to help bring their mission out there in the world, to help them spread their mission and their message in a way that has just elevated their business, that has made them really step into owning who they are and really seeing the impact of living and breathing the power of PR. So I am really excited to bring you some of these very special ladies, and I hope that through hearing their stories and their journeys, you will be inspired and you will be motivated, and you will also reflect on your own circumstances and really have a little think about what you could be doing to maybe just turn up that dial to get yourself out there, to get yourself seen, to get yourself noticed. So today we have the incredible Louisa joining me, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I love bringing our clients to you. I love bringing the women to you who are actually really walking the walk, really, really standing behind everything that we teach. And Louisa is one of our all-time star students who I absolutely adore showcasing anyway. So Louisa, would you like to introduce yourself to our lovely listeners?
Hello, I'm Louisa from Mamas Ignited, and I am a mindset and positive psychology coach. And I inspire women who want to be more, do more, and have more in life to ignite their spark so that they can ride their surfboards and create the success that they want in their lives and businesses.
Oh my God, every time you do that, like, I'm just like, there she goes. That is kick-ass. That is a freaking kick-ass intro. Yes. Oh, I love it. So as you can hear, Louisa is pretty damn confident about who she is these days. She can very concisely and confidently communicate who she is and what she stands for. But this is a very different life, Louisa, isn't it, to what you had even a year and a bit ago, 2 years ago, when you were a full-time teacher. So this is a whole new world to you. So just tell us in a little nutshell, because I know we've got a big story here, but in a little nutshell, like actually who you were before Louisa Harridge from Mamas Ignited.
Absolutely. So it literally is just over 12 months ago when I hung up my teacher life and stepped out into this entrepreneurial world. I was an English teacher for 16 years, and it was something I loved. I love teaching because I love my subject, and I am a writer and I love writing. But it came to me sort of in a therapy session after I'd gone through a breakdown after leaving an abusive relationship, that I didn't have to be a teacher for the rest of my life. And although I wasn't looking for an escape plan, I had this spark in me to want to do more and be more myself. So that's why I'm so passionate about my mission, because I was that woman, and I did what I needed to do, and I set my mind to it. So yeah, I recreated a life and a business to inspire other women, and in the process actually lived my dream out, which was publishing my own book. So from English teacher to published author.
There's a bit of a ring to that, isn't there? Oh, it's been amazing. It's been amazing watch you do this and to really own your own dreams, like you said, and your own aspirations, and just seeing you actually take hold of those and go, actually, do you know what? This is what I want deep down, and I'm not prepared to not do it for any longer. I'm not prepared to sit back and live this life that actually isn't what I should be doing and what I really feel compelled to be doing. So it's been amazing to watch you kind of go on that journey. You decided that this is what you were going to do, but you didn't just start a business like some people just start a business, like kind of quietly in the corner, in the kitchen table, like under the radar. You went out all guns blazing with a brand, with a strong brand that really got you recognized from the start. So can you tell people a little bit about that process? Because one of the things that really frustrates me is when people have got these amazing business ideas and it's coming from a real place of passion and purpose, but then they kind of pussyfoot around, like getting it out there, and they play at it and they don't really go at it with any sort of conviction, or they're not bold and brave with it. And you absolutely have been. So I really want you to inspire people about the power of that. So just tell us a little about the brand kind of coming together and why you felt it had to be something that was very identifiable and very strong from the beginning.
Absolutely. So it is Mama's Ignited. And that name came from a few sleepless nights where I knew the what and the why. I think this is the thing which has made my brand so strong. I knew the what and the why, but I wasn't quite sure of the how to begin with. But I knew what I wanted to do. I knew who my audience was, and I knew why I wanted to do it. And I knew it was to do with mums, and it had to have that fire and that energy. And that's where the Ignited came. And when I saw the words Mama's Ignited on the page, that was it. It was Mama's Ignited was literally born.
Yeah.
And from there, as a teacher of English and a lover of a metaphor and an analogy, I'd been doing quite a lot of research, and I'd read up on like Persephone, who'd been taken down to the underworld by Hades and had escaped the underworld. So I had all these sort of visions.
Oh my God, your brain must have been going mental with all of that.
I literally didn't sleep, but I'd been blogging, and the blogging name that I'd been using was Blooming Daffodils. And it was because in lockdown, Emily picked 2 daffodils and put them in our kitchen. And we called them the Mama and the Baba daffodils. And so Blooming Daffodils was really, I really wanted to keep it at first because it was the spring and the rebirth. And I really felt that the rebirth summed up everything that I wanted to be post breakdown.
Yeah.
But as I started to work with like Danny Wallace, and it was Jojo Smith from Creative Sass that I did my branding with, I knew that the daffodil, it just wasn't strong enough.
No wash, was it?
So it was actually when I was looking up blooming, I found out that there was a term called the bloomery. And the bloomery was a traditional furnace where rock would be smelted to melt the metal to get the ore from the rock. And when the precious metal is extracted from the rock, it's called the bloom. So the fire and the metal and it just all
allowed you to
came together.
Yeah.
And then on top of all of this, and I can remember when I first shared this with you, because you were very much a part of this birthing of this brand as well, I'd found this quotation as I started my business: an ironing board is a surfboard that gave up on its dreams and got a boring job. So I was like, yes, I'm the ironing board.
Oh my God. I remember this moment so well.
I've been stuck behind my teaching ironing board for 16 years. I need to turn it back into a surfboard. I need to go and surf.
Yes, you did.
So it just all came together. It was just wonderful. So the symbol of fire, the theme of the ironing board, and not being an ironing board, and surfing to success, surfing to the fire. And it was just an instant hit. And I can remember I put the meme on Facebook. And at this point, I didn't really have a following. Well, I didn't have a following. And I put it on, and the number of comments I got from people, and this was just a really basic ironing board picture saying, the quotation.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it to yourself and Danny, and everyone was like, oh my, I remember Danny going, I'm clutching me pearls.
Oh, I can imagine saying that.
And so that was it. I was Mama's Ignited.
Yeah.
And the more I do, the more I ignite, and the more I step into my power.
This is the thing. This is a brand that has grown with you as you've got stronger. The meaning of the brand has got stronger, but it's the core brand, but you're just putting more power behind it with
Yeah.
everything that you do, and everything fits. It was such a perfect place to come from, like such a perfect foundation. But I think for me, that's an absolute amazing example of getting the foundations right, because it just leveled you up from day one. It put you way above other people in your space because you weren't playing at it. You'd gone at it from a very creative but very well thought through process of how am I going to bring this brand to life. And you
It
gave it your
really was.
all.
It really was well planned and thought through, because
Yeah.
I knew that I wasn't playing. And it's funny because you hear so much speak of imposter syndrome and limiting beliefs, which I have, and I now have, level up imposter syndrome. But back then, it was almost like I was devoid of that, because I was just so intent on this mission. Like, it was almost like nothing could stop me. And I
Yeah. Oh
just
my
went,
God, you were a woman on an absolute mission.
I
Like,
was
make
the
no
woman.
mistake.
Yeah, and I just went all in. And
Yeah.
before I knew it, I was the ironing board lady. People recognised me. The colours of my branding were recognisable.
Yeah.
And it all came together. And as you say, it's just grown and grown. And although, little things have altered and changed and new things have been brought in, the concrete of the foundations, I've got that strong Mama's ignited. And I think it was never going to be a mum's group as such, as in supporting mums sort of day to day, which a lot of people do. It was always about that ignited, that power, that be more, do more.
Yeah, that change.
Change, and the catalyst and the bloomery and being more. And I keep finding new ways to ignite sparks. And I've just trained in positive psychology, and that's given me.
Oh no, I'm so jealous about that. I want to do it.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh,
big shout out to Nick Pigeon. She's just amazing. And that, again, it's not changed anything particularly. And pardon the pun, but it's added so much more fire to me, to my business, to the work that I'm doing. And, I've got so much more confidence as a speaker. I've got big gigs booked for speaking opportunities. And, everything I do is with the same mission of igniting. And I've just been nominated for 3 She Inspires Awards. And I put it on the thread today on social media. And so many people are like, you ignite me, you've ignited me. And like that.
Talking your language back at you. How cool is that? How cool is that? And the reason that has happened is because you do one of the fundamental things that we tell our clients to do, which is rinse and repeat. You have repeated your message consistently over and over again in a really, really strong way. And you get rewarded for that because people recognize you for that. They understand your identity. They get who you are. They want to be a part of it. When I'm talking about you, I can't help use the words ignited and fire, and like those words just come out of my mouth when I think of you. You motivate and you inspire, but you do it with such like oomph that, those words are naturally connected to you and your brands, which is just amazing. So so this is a little lesson for everyone listening. Like, whatever you're doing, turn up the freaking dial. Like, turn it up so that people cannot not know what you stand for. People need to see you everywhere. They need to see that visual representation as well. And I think that's the thing with your imagery is so strong, like your brand is so strong. The styling of, all of your photo shoots have been so strong that when we then use those in the media, they've been really well received as well, haven't they? Because they are really visually representative of who you are as well.
And my first photo shoot, it only cost me 60 quid. I just got one of my friends. She was a baby photographer. And I just said to her, can you do me a favour? Can you do me some photos? I needed some. And my friend did my hair for me, and we got it in the vintage Victory roll. And we had the ironing board set up. And it was an absolutely stunning photo shoot. I did my research, got creative with it. And I'm still using those images now.
Yeah, I love them.
They still match the brand now.
Yeah.
But I think one thing I do want to just say, though, is although I'm saying I got involved and I did it all, it doesn't mean it was all easy. Don't think that I'm just saying, yes, you've got to really commit to it, but just trust yourself as well. Like, nobody else can have your ideas. You're selling yourself and your unique personality at the end of the day. And that's what your USP is in your business. And I think a lot
Yeah.
of people forget that as well.
Yeah, they do. They do. And you were, in a way, I'm going to say lucky. You were lucky to have us in your back pocket.
I absolutely was.
And so we got to challenge you and push you and direct you and guide you. And, that can be hard when you're doing it by yourself, can't it? To know which way to go. And that's when you've got to trust your gut more than ever and just really, really live for that mission and that message that you've got to get out there. Okay, so cool. So to wrap up, how would you say PR has helped you in the process of establishing your business, of feeling excited about your business, of growing your business?
PR has helped me, firstly, to accept myself as an expert in my field. And, it started with some local media. And it's not just it being in the paper or online. It's the responses, the threads, what people say after it when people are speaking about you. So to see that was the first thing, to think, oh, actually, it's not just me making this up. People are interested in what I've got to say.
And just trusted and respected as well, which is another thing that you don't automatically assume, like when you're new to something, but it's about the positioning, isn't it? And how we positioned you. You had so much life story to tell, as well as the experience and qualifications. All of that paired together is what makes you someone who's really strong to talk about that subject.
Absolutely. And I think once I, established that, then I could get a bit more creative and sort of penned a couple of sort of expert pieces, then reactive pieces. So the PR, it also made me dig deep sometimes as well, because some of the pieces that I've had back, I was asked to answer some on resilience. And there were some really quite hard questions in there that came back on one of these PR pieces.
Yeah.
And actually, I sat down and wrote them. And actually, now I've gone on to create a talk based on resilience, because the questions that came back from Authority magazine, they really put me through my paces.
Yeah, that was a really in-depth one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but it made me realise that I am an expert in this. So, the PR's challenged me in parts as well. But I think it's, seeing it out there, being able to put those trust tags on. And also what I've learned is that journalists are just people as well. And it used to be very, very scary, when you think that, who you're contacting. So I've tried my luck quite a few times now with, stuff on Twitter. And I got a golden hit in September. I got a Forbes feature, which was, it was back last September. It was probably, I don't know where it came from. I was sort of scrolling Twitter, and she was a journalist that, regularly asks for stuff. I responded, and then lo and behold, there I am featured as author.
One of the biggest bloody publications in the world.
Like, oh yeah, Forbes. So yeah, it keeps me going. I love the PR. I've loved working with you guys, and any listeners that are considering it. And Chocolate PR, Joe Swan, absolutely awesome. And it is that direction from yourselves that helps me to nail the mission and the branding. It was a whole combination process.
Yeah,
which was worth it.
Lucky to be a part of it, because we were part of a bit of a power team, weren't we? So
absolutely, there was a power team. Yeah,
nice to be involved. So we've been absolutely massively, massively privileged and honoured to be a part of your exciting business growth journey, which is only going upwards as well. So there's lots and lots of fabulous things to still celebrate for you, and we can't wait to join you. But before we just leave everyone, would you be able to just tell them, I guess, in a couple of words, what PR means to you? Because it means different things to different people. So how would you wrap up by saying what PR means to you?
I think PR means to me visibility, credibility, and celebrating success, because I've been able to do all of those through the media and beyond. And, hopefully people will see this as other entrepreneurs and, readers of the public, and know that, if somebody has been able to do something, they can do it too.
Absolutely. We will leave it with that. Thank you so much, Louisa. We love you loads, and we can't wait to continue to celebrate your success. Take care. Bye for now.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
So how amazing was that to really hear from someone who has been through the process, the power of PR. And I can tell you, Louisa is an absolute true PR powerhouse. We are so, so proud of everything that she's achieved. And it's been an absolute pleasure being a part of her journey, from her really not having a clue about PR to really owning how to use it in her business and how to help elevate her message through the power of PR. So I hope you've enjoyed that interview. Please do share on our socials any takeaways, and do feel free to tag Louisa. I am going to pop in the show notes her links so that you can go and follow her and you can get your daily bit of inspiration, because she is an incredible woman to follow. You can't not take value from her and her posts. So please do go and check her out. Okay, guys, I hope you have an amazing day and I will see you later. Bye. Thank you for listening to PR Powerhouse with me, Jo Swan. If you want to feel empowered and supported and excited about getting in the press, come and join us in our free community over on Facebook at PR You Can Do It. I would absolutely love to see you there so I can help you take those next steps to getting in the media.